The Courting by Meinekeime, Chapter 26. House Visits, Harry's Point of View. I was awoken by crying, and I knew immediately who. I put my fuzzy socks on and ran downstairs to the dining room. There stood Father, holding my crying mother, whispering into his ear. I didn't want to, I swear. I was just so angry about what they called Harry. I'm just so sorry, Tom. Mother cried, and I didn't understand. It's okay, love. Everything will be fine. Your mother instincts took over. It's okay. Calm down. Father said and wiped away Mother's tears. He spotted me and made me sit down on the table before coaxing my mother into doing the same thing. What happened? I asked out loud. Father sighed and stroked my mother's arms. Nothing of importance. Your mother told Dumbledore the truth. That is it. The only consequence of that will be that he won't be going to any of those ridiculous order meetings anymore. Now eat, Harry. You're still so thin. I began putting food into my mouth and saw how my mother began to relax. Father still held him tight and rubbed in between his shoulder blades. I know how Mother felt. He thought he betrayed us, which wasn't true. The look in his eyes was one of a child that had told his younger siblings that Santa didn't really exist and was scared his parents found out. Harry, are you excited for today's house visits? Father asked. I had forgot about that. This challenge this month was to present the suitors' living arrangements. I had put down a list of stuff I wanted. Clean rooms, at least 3 bathrooms, 1 to 2 guest rooms minimum, a big kitchen, bedrooms for children, a garden, not located in the city, so not a lot of neighbors, at least 1 house elf. I was looking forward to today's meetings. Joe and Ricardo were promising suitors of pure Veela families. I had hoped they wouldn't disappoint me. Come on, Mother, we need to get ready by 10. I tried to motivate him. I finished eating and ran upstairs to get today's outfit. I wore a dark olive knitted dress that was really warm. Mother wore his usual black robes, and I held onto his arm so I could apparate to our first location. Joe had a nice big house surrounded by woods. He invited us in and gave us something to drink during our tour. This is the living room. From here, you can enter the ballroom and the kitchen, the master bedroom and guest rooms. He started, and we began moving. I wasn't a fan of the ballroom being connected to the living room, but I was sure I could change that. The rooms were big and nicely styled. I could see he put effort into making the house look clean and homey. The kitchen was modern and child-safe. There was a big backyard in the forest, of course. There were 2 big bathrooms by the master and children's bedrooms, and 3 small bathrooms attached to 3 guest rooms. As he introduced me to the house elves, Kitty and Poppy, he passed the test. He even made me a lunch to eat while we traveled to the next location. Joe will stay on my favorites list. I was full of enthusiasm when I came to Ricardo's house. He was a doctor at St. Mungo's, so he would be able to afford a nice home, or so I thought. It was a tiny apartment in a 5-story building in the middle of London that could use some renovations. There were 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, a tiny kitchen, not child-safe, no garden, it wasn't clean. Did he really expect me to live in these circumstances? Call me high maintenance, but I intend to raise my children safe and right. I want them to have a place to play and be loud without neighbors banging on my door. I want them to have their own rooms for when they get older and their own bathroom. I need guest rooms from when my friends stay over, or there were family visits. Mother was fed up with Ricardo, so she asked him directly, You're a doctor, couldn't you afford a better apartment? He shook his head. No, I just started my career, so I don't get paid much. Plus, I guess I have to pay a debt. He answered. That was it. I turned around and left his home, Mother behind me. Nor did he lie about his payments and career, but he also about his addiction. I can't detect the junkie immediately, but I can tell by his apartment. Even though he hid the needles, I saw the white substances on the bathroom and kitchen floors. He was getting jittery during our meeting. I guess he needed a new fix. He was most likely in debt to his dealer. We returned home. Father was anxiously waiting on our return. And he asked after giving Mother a kiss. The first one was great. The second one is out, I informed him shortly. Good. We have important matters to discuss. Dumbledore has hung up your picture all over London. He is searching for you, saying that you killed Harry Potter. Well, I did, in some ways. And Severus, love, he upgraded the security on your mother's house. Something is going on. Both of you won't leave this house without me or your enforcer. I nodded my head, so Father would accompany from now on. Poor guys. The next day. Harry, are you ready? Father asked while I was zipping up my blue dress. I'm coming, I told him, stepping downstairs. Today, Draco Malfoy was on the schedule. I had already seen parts of the manor, but I was interested to see the rest. Just as the address seemed strange, last time we went to another place, but Father was with me, so I wasn't scared. We landed together on our asses and looked at the big mansion in front of us. This wasn't the place we had our date at. We came to the doorstep and knocked. The door opened, and out looked Draco. He was wearing a suit. Hello, Lord Harry, come on in, he said, not one bit surprised my father was accompanying me. Would you like something to drink? He asked, but we declined. I just had breakfast and I didn't need anything right now. So let's start the tour. Maybe I should start with the facts. You might have noticed we aren't at my family manor anymore. We're in France in the north. The whole vicinity is property of the Malfoy family, including the village, the working factories behind the woods, and the beach. At the moment, we are in the enchanted hall, and downstairs is the ballroom, secluded from the rest of the manor to ensure privacy. I like that a lot. The ballroom was nothing special, just a great room like the one at home. He showed me the kitchen, and to say it was big was an understatement. Why such a big kitchen? Father asked. I love cooking and bake sometimes. I have friends over and we cook together. It is basically my version of a book club. Father nodded while I checked the oven out. I'm sorry, you can't turn it on. Everything remotely dangerous in the kitchen has a safety charm over it and can only be turned on by whom is in the system. I don't want anyone burned. I nodded. Child safety, check. When you would follow me, we could enter the living room. We use it for bonding time. We? I asked while we entered. Yes, until this summer my father and mother lived here with me. After I became head of the family, my parents fulfilled their dream of traveling, so they are on the road most of the time. He answered. The living room had a homey feeling to it. A carpet was put over the whole floor, bookshelves on one wall, and a fireplace in the middle of the room. There were couches and coffee tables, not to forget the trophies on the third wall. Where did you get all those trophies from? I asked while looking over them. Mostly potions contests. I like the subject since I was 7. There are some from Mother. She is where I got my talent from. The last 5 or so from Father. They are honor trophies and medals for his work in the ministry. I nodded my head and put the medal down. Father had let himself fall on one of the couches and whispered, Comfy. We can either first go upstairs to the private quarters or to the guest quarters. Draco started as we went upstairs first. The master bedroom held a creamy white that made the room look bright, but not sterile. The king-size bed sat in the middle of the room. This room has 2 walk-in closets, while I'm only using 1 at the moment. First master bathroom to the left. It has a 2-person tub and, Father gave me a wink, a walk-in shower, sinks, and of course the toilet. The second one in the child's quarter is the same. All other bathrooms only have a shower, a sink, and a toilet. that bathroom looked so good. It was clean and white, and there was no slip carpet laid down the whole floor. That was very important to me. My tush hates landing on tiles every time I slip. He showed us the rooms for our, maybe, children. There were 4 individual rooms with not much in them. We will put everything in here when the time comes. It would be wrong to force a child into a room that isn't right for them, his statement. There was also a 4-in-1 room. The guest rooms were unfurnished but really clean. Do you clean yourself? I asked when we entered the basement so he could show me his potions lab. We were just coming from his office. Today, yes, but I do have a house elf, Toppy. We already met her at the Halloween ball. She is on a date today, and I hope for her that she will find someone. So everything on his list was checked. And somehow I could already see Draco chasing a little black-haired child up the stairs. End of chapter 26.